Hi, I'm Phillipa. Today I'm talking pelvic health post-menopause. Did you know that 50% of postmenopausal women will suffer symptoms such as urinary incontinence, urine infections and prolapse? But only 25% of those women will seek out help. So that's why I'm here. Why is pelvic floor dysfunction happening to women around menopause? Well, the answer lies with the hormone estrogen. Declining levels of estrogen affect muscles and fascia. Muscles are getting smaller, weaker and slower, and the pelvic floor muscles are no exception to this. The fascia supports the pelvic organs and is getting less stiff, and so less able to withstand the stresses and strains of our everyday lives. But there is some good news. And the good news is that the pelvic floor muscles can be trained. So let's start to think about how to get in touch with those muscles that help to support the pelvic organs. What it's important to realize is that in actual fact, there's a lot of women who are doing this exercise wrong. And so it's really important to try and visualize those bits of your body that you're trying to work. And so that's why I put these leggings on for you today. You can see the bones of the skeleton in my legs. And if I turn around and show you the pelvis from behind, there's a couple of key landmarks that I want you to think about when we talk about the pelvic floor, and that is these bones in your bottom. They're called ischial tuberosities. Now you don't need to remember that, but the attachments of the pelvic floor are key to understand, and so when we think about those bony landmarks, it can help us to start to visualize where the muscles lie within the body. And so we could think of stopping the flow of urine and imagining what you would have to do for that to happen. And you would most likely be using those muscles around the sphincter that are part of the pelvic floor. Women who are used to using tampons could imagine drawing a tampon higher up inside the vagina, again as a way of visualizing those muscles of the pelvic floor. You could get in touch with the skin of the pelvic floor using something as simple as this soft Pilates ball. So you could sit on it. Now, this is a bit like sitting on a horse. The area of your body that would be in contact with a saddle if you sat on a horse, that's the perineum. And so it is this bit of your body that you're trying to speak to when you are asking it to contract, asking the pelvic floor muscles to contract. And so you could think of that sense of lifting up the tampon inside the vagina, and you might just feel that this area in contact with the ball is lifting away from the ball. You could even think of lifting the center of a tissue up inside. So any sense of lifting within this area of the body potentially has the potential to generate a pelvic floor contraction. So when you've had a go at that, I hope that you are starting to be able to make these connections with the right part of your body that we need to train in order to support those pelvic organs. Now, remember, of course, if you've got any health concerns, it's really important that you check out with your GP before you embark on any kind of new exercise program. But remember that it is doing these things regularly, make it a habit, and it's really got the potential to help. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found this helpful, and keep your eyes peeled because we'll be back with more of this great information.